Cast your burdens on Jesus, for He cares for you. Cast your burdens on Jesus, for He cares for you. Higher, 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 higher. Lift Jesus higher, 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 higher. Lift Jesus higher. Cast your burden on Jesus, for He cares for you. Cast your burden on Jesus, for He cares for you. Lord, 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 Lord. So sing lower, lower, lower. So sing lower. Cast your burdens on Jesus, for He cares for you. Cast your burdens on Jesus, for He cares for you. Higher, 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 higher. Lift Jesus higher, 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 higher. Lift Jesus higher. Lower, 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 lower. So say lower, lower, lower. Cast your burden on Jesus, for He cares for you. Cast your burden on Jesus, for He cares for you. All right, here at MCPtv, we not only sing silly songs, but we play fun games. Let's hear for Mrs. Grace, Mr. Landon, and Mr. Jeff.
All right, hey everybody, welcome to day 4 of MCPtv. It's getting dangerous here. Fish are flying. I'm your host, Mr. Jeff.
I'm Miss Grace.
And I'm Mr. Landon.
And we're here to bring MCP to you guys during this time of quarantine and just boredom, or corn boredom. I don't know. I'm not good at puns, but we play fun games, sing silly songs, and today we're going to play a game. Miss Grace, what game do we have today?
We have a game similar to one that we played at MCP during the summer called Archery Blob Mini Corn Dog.
What?
Yeah.
What?
We played that. That's totally a thing.
Yeah, we do.
yeah.
They'll know it when we sing the song. Shall we sing the song to give them a little
Yeah.
a clue? Ready? Archery beats the blob.
Blobs.
The
Yeah.
blob beats the mini corn dog.
dogs.
And mini corn dogs beats
the blob.
archery.
If you tie, you
die.
Yeah. So we don't want to tie.
3, 2, 1.
Okay,
Something.
So
Okay.
let's explain a little bit how this works for our.
Yeah. For the campers, not for us.
So
No.
Mr. Jeff, why do you think that archery beats the blob?
Because if you shoot a bow and arrow at a mini corn dog,
You shoot the bow as well?
blob.
yeah, no, you throw the
You
bow.
throw
No,
the
you shoot
bow-
the arrow at the mini corn dog, and
No,
you can't
no.
hit
No,
the
the
mini
blob.
corn
No,
dog.
Mr. Jeff, it's archery beats the blob, not the mini corn dog.
Well, I know, I'm getting there, but the mini corn dog's too small, and that's why the mini corn dog
Doesn't
beats
beat
archery.
the blob. Ah.
Yeah, don't say nothing about the
Well,
blob.
I actually,
So,
Mr. Jeff, I actually disagree because I think that
Your opinion
the
doesn't
mini
matter.
corn dog beats the archery because if you just fashion the mini corn dog on the tip of the arrow, then you're playing archery tag.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah,
not
no,
gonna
that's
pierce
smart.
anything.
That's
Yeah.
true.
That's not gonna pierce anything.
Or
More mini corn dogs for if it hurts too much, you know?
Exactly.
It's great.
Exactly. Good thought.
Yeah, don't try that at home.
Grace.
I think that the mini corn dog beats archery because it's a very, very, very small target and the person shooting the arrow will feel defeated.
That's what I said earlier.
It is.
We'll go with yours, Landon. I like yours better.
Thank you. I mean, I think there's a good biblical application of missing your mark. That we all miss the mark, you know. But
That's good.
that's why we have the
Subtle.
redeeming Lord. that
It's not.
can
It's not
help
Bible
us miss
study
that mark,
time.
you know?
No, that's later.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
All right.
Okay,
so
but we never got
we
to
have
why
to-
the archery beats the blob.
Because it shoots a hole into the blob.
it does pop the blob. Just like that.
Something like that. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
Were you saying that you're the blob? Is that what
Yeah,
you're...
I was the blob.
So
Okay.
keep the arrows away from the blob.
Yeah, no
All right.
arrows at the blob.
So
So why does the blob beat? What does it beat?
The mini corn
mini
dog.
corn
Corn dog.
dog.
Yeah, I do that.
Just can you imagine if Mr. Jeff blobbed a mini corn dog? That
It'd
would
be
be
gone.
like that
It'd be
would
gone.
go to the
It'd be-
moon and back.
Wild.
That if you did that at the blob at the valley, it would land in Lake Hudson at the Cove.
I'll tell
It
you
would
what.
also-
If you come to camp this summer, we'll test it.
ooh,
We
that's a
will
good
test
one.
it.
If you come to camp, you can blob a mini corn dog.
Hey, another
yeah,
another
yeah.
possibility is that
Then
he
you have to
blobs
eat
it
it
so
after you
high
blob
that the
it.
air pressure pops the mini
You're
corn dog.
quarantined.
Have you ever seen a mini corn dog pop?
Oh yeah. I'll weigh way
Destroys
more than a
it.
corn dog.
Wow.
Okay, focus.
Oh, sorry.
Another aspect of this game is not just the theology behind
yeah,
our
we're
our
playing
lineup.
theology.
It is also a game that includes movement. So, Mr. Landon, how does this game work?
Great question.
Show us.
Great question.
So this is gonna require some movement. So you know, just like some of you might do Pilates in your living room or
Every
some
day.
Zumba or anything like that. Just spread
Big
out
Zumba
across
person.
the
Shout out to
room.
those Zumba
The
girls.
first thing I'm gonna show you is what you do if you're choosing mini corn dog in this game. Okay,
Yes.
it's gonna take a little bit of movement on my end.
Oh.
You're the mini corn dog.
Isn't there a song that goes along with
There
it?
is a song. and I
Oh,
will
he's still going.
gladly share the
He is
song.
not in
Share it,
complete
share it,
corn
share
dog
it.
form. There it is.
So what you're gonna do is I'm a full mini corn dog.
You are.
Mm.
I am the dog. I am in.
I'm a dog.
I am in.
Look at that dog.
And I'm miniature because I'm in a squatted fashion.
He's definitely
So
shorter
the
than I
first
am.
thing you're gonna do is I'm gonna give a lot of credit to Mr. Mark Owens right now. Now,
Shout out to Mr.
Owens
Mark.
is the creator of this song. So
Love
what
you.
you do first is you gotta start out high and you go.
Corn dog.
Listen to that harmony.
Corn dog.
And that is a mini corn dog dance.
It is.
Thank
It is.
you
That's all it is.
for your time.
It's
But
real
yes,
easy.
This is all you have to do to choose mini corn dog in this game.
Yeah. So get
Okay.
your vocal cords ready too, because you have to sing if you pick
Should
mini corn
we
dog.
should we say that for sake of time we cut the song and just do the form?
They can do it at home.
They can imagine it because it was just sung beautifully. I'm sure it'll be
Yeah,
stuck in their
The
heads.
song you can sing for your parents at home.
We'll Photoshop the
That-
song
that's
in
not
or
a part
whatever
of
it's
the game.
called.
You
It's a
sing for your parents
perfect
at home, your dog, your
quarantine
sister, your brother.
song. Yeah.
But for the sake of the game, you're just getting in that mini corn dog.
Is that how it goes? This?
corn dog situation.
Corn
there.
dogs. All right, Mr. Jeff, would you like to exemplify if you choose blob
Bob? Yes.
from your seat though, because we
Yes.
can't stand.
So you just
Good. That's
good.
good.
Pretty simple.
Okay.
And you gotta sit there and go, blah. You know? That's
Oh,
the song.
so there's
the
a sound.
song.
Okay, yeah.
Like, there's sounds to everything here at
And
camp.
then archery. Do
I
we
mean,
want to do just the
easy.
good old typical shoot the bow and arrow?
That's good.
It is, but
But when I think about archery in the context of New Life Ranch Summer Camp, there's a whole lot of cat and Severdeen thrown out there.
ooh,
So I think
like
we can
that.
just drop a little volunteers tribute. Is that good with you, Mr. Jeff?
Huh? What?
Do you like that volunteers tribute for archery?
It's good.
Yeah, that's
Whatever the song is.
We
yeah.
feel good
I
about
like
that?
it.
The
Oh,
song.
that's
It's a
archery.
whistle. Okay.
And we'll make that simple since mini corn dog's not too simple. you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, why don't we? Let's get started.
Because
Should
it's gonna
we?
take a
Yeah,
while to
let's
get
get
out
started.
of the corn dog position.
So to
Grace, you're gonna
summarize,
sing the song, right?
yeah. So to summarize all of that, this is basically rock paper scissors except different. So
Better, not different. Better.
better indeed. Okay. So how this is going to work is I'm going to sing. We. This is how when we
we're
play it at
singing
camp,
this
we all
too?
sing it.
Okay.
We are going to sing the song, and then Mr. Landon will pick to be either a mini corn dog, a blob, or an archery. And then Mr. Jeff.
Landon is archery.
Matt Archer. Shout
And
out
then,
to Mr. Matt
shout out
Archer
to
with
Mr.
our
Matt
first
Archer, Rush Fellowship. And then Mr. Jeff is going to also pick one of those. And the way it works,
am Blob.
as the song says, will depend on the winner. So one of them could beat each
And
other. They
remember,
could
Miss
tie.
Grace, if you tie,
You
die.
die.
So if me and Mr. Jeff are both mini corn dogs,
They die.
we're both gonna die.
So let's see. We'll just kind of go for it and see how many rounds it takes. Because you could tie and die on the first round. That's no fun. Okay. Shall we? Ready?
Yeah, sing the song, Miss Grace. I'll sing with you.
Okay. What did we start with? Archery. Okay. Ready? Archery
Archery
beats the
the
blob.
blob.
The blob beats mini corn dog. Mini corn dogs beats archery. If you tie, you die. 3, 2, 1. We've got archery and blob. Uh-oh. Mr. Landon has won.
I mean, is it
archery.
not just another day, another episode
Shocker.
of Mr. Landing beating Mr. Jeff?
Archery beats
Jeff loses again.
the blob.
I do it for you, fans. Just remember, I do it for
This
you.
game is based off pure luck, and I'm still gonna lose.
Do it for you.
Archery beats the blob. I'm
Miss
making,
Grace, what's the score?
I'm making the. Well, I was about to say I'm making the executive decision that unless we tie and die, we are going to go to see who gets to 5 points first.
5
Okay.
points. Okay.
Let's do it.
I have 1.
You do. Thank you. All right, next round. Ready? Archery beats the blob. The blob beats the mini corn dog. The mini corn dog beats archery. If you tie, you die.
You're dead.
3, 2, 1. Oh God.
You gotta be kidding me.
Blob has beat the mini corn dog.
It's archery.
What? Oh, you didn't.
But mini corn dog does beat archery.
You gotta be kidding me.
I didn't see. You were just doing this. I didn't
I
see
still do it for
this.
you, fans.
I'm
Oh
sorry.
my gosh.
Okay.
You just assumed on the block.
Still
What do
do
you
it for
say?
Jeff, I'm still trying to
Goodness.
help you win. Okay. Mr. Landon has taken the lead yet again. All right.
Oh my goodness.
Should we keep going?
Oh, we're keep going. Yeah.
Confidence.
I'm gonna win this.
I'm just checking on you
Yeah,
and
yeah,
your
yeah.
sanity.
Yeah.
Okay. Ready? The blob beats. Nope.
No.
Archery beats the
Archery
blob.
beats the blob.
It's not
The
the hard
blob
game
beats
I've
the
ever-
mini corn dog.
Dogs.
The mini corn dog beats archery. If you tie,
you
you
die.
die. 3, 2, 1. Don't. You're cheating. Pick one. Pick one. Don't look at me.
Mini corn dogs.
Mr. Jeff gets the win.
Mr. Jeff has won. Mini
on
corn
board.
dog beats archery.
It's a big day.
He has
I'd like
done
to
it.
thank my one fan. I know you're out there.
You said it was your mom, but she quit watching.
No,
Do you think
she's not
she?
a fan anymore.
Do you think
Hey,
she
she's tired of me
rejoined?
losing.
Comments below. Let us know if you're a fan of Mr. Jeff.
Oh,
Here, I'll
please,
go on and
please.
comment
I
right
need
now.
some love.
Here, let me just. Jeff, I got you.
Can't
Let me.
comment on a video that hasn't been published, Miss Grace. But
This is pre-recorded.
I
We're
I am
not
trying-
live right now.
I am trying
cheer
my
for the
hardest
parts that you like, Branch. Miss
to
Grace is a
support my co. I don't know what else to do.
She
All right.
doesn't know that this isn't live. So
2-1. We're really going to 5, huh?
yeah, we're going to 5.
You want to make an executive decision to make it 3?
No, I don't because I want Jeff to have a chance and you not win everything.
Thanks,
Okay.
Grace.
2-1. This game, it's a very
right.
open game.
All right.
Here we go. Archery beats the blob. The blob beats the mini corn dog. The mini corn dog beats archery. If you tie,
If you tie,
you
you
die.
die.
3, 2, 1.
Uh-oh.
Oh
Dang
no!
it.
Uh-oh. So is it 1-0 now? Is that how that works?
No.
Okay, good.
The round is over, is how it works.
Oh, hey, I win again!
No.
All right, that's for you, fans. I love you, fans.
Well, but here's the deal.
I almost made a comeback there.
Do we want the round to end and you guys neither of you win because
I have an idea.
because
I have an idea.
you're cutting me off
Landon
though
has an
I am.
idea.
because
Never
no
did.
one got to 5 points, therefore no one won. So I
mean,
could
he
choose.
technically did have
I
more
could
points
choose
than
for
me.
it to be 0-0, but
I have an idea though, Miss Grace. Just hear me out here. What if me and
Ignore
Mr.
him.
Jeff sang this song and the kids at home got to play against you?
Ooh, I like
Okay.
it.
We do
I like
3
it.
rounds where the kids play against you.
okay.
Does that sound good?
Yeah.
We want to do that?
I like it.
Mr. Jeff, you ready to sing with me?
I
get
think
ready.
so.
To be a mini corn dog.
Yeah, I'm for
Mr.
sure
Jeff,
gonna win
what
this.
is
It's like a
this
bye
game?
week. I like it.
All right, you
Bye
ready?
week.
Yeah.
Archery beats
Archery.
the blob.
Blob.
The blob beats the mini corn dog.
The mini
Corn
corn
dog
dog
beats
beats
archery.
If
You tie, you die.
3,
2, 1.
go.
She almost messed it up. It's not a peace
Miss
sign.
Grace goes with
Woo
archery.
woo woo woo.
So,
So if you chose blob at home, you lost. If you chose archery, you lost. But if you chose mini corn dog,
you are a winner. You are
dominated,
Mr.
Miss
Landon.
Grace. If you chose
Oh.
mini corn dog. All right, you ready for round 2, guys? Are you ready for round 2? All right, here we go. Here we
Here we
go.
go.
This is different because I'm standing. I might have to.
Archery beats the blob.
The blob beats the mini corn dog. The mini corn dog beats the archery.
Archery.
If you tie, you die.
You're dead.
3,
3,
2,
2, 1.
Blob.
She
That's
just
not
said
the
it.
blob.
She didn't do it. She just said it.
Oh, I don't want to.
That's not the blob.
Just Grace, right here.
Oh yeah, you can't blob
Just
like
Grace,
this.
you gotta
Bad
right
idea.
here. Just Grace, right here. No,
And you gotta say
arms
blob.
down. There it is. Okay, so Miss
I want to make
Grace
my own
chose
blob. I
the
don't blob like this. Nobody. It's
If
not
you
fun.
chose archery, you just beat Miss Grace.
You win. You're a winner.
If you chose mini corn dog,
You're
just
not a
got
winner.
sent to the moon. So
You're on
you
my
lost.
team.
And if you chose the blob, then you also tied, so you died. One more round. Do you think you can beat Miss Grace? Here we
I think
go.
you guys
ready,
can do
Mr.
it.
Jeff?
Ready?
Archery beats the blob.
The blob beats mini corn dogs. Mini corn dogs beats archery. If you tie, you die. 3, 2, 1. Oh, she picked
goes
blob again.
back-to-back
She picked blob again.
Blobbage.
It's a bold move.
Back-to-back blobbage.
Yeah,
So,
it's a bold move.
again,
I don't know if that's going to let her win.
If you were a mini corn dog, you got launched. You got launched from one site to another, and you lost. If you chose archery, you won. And if you chose blob, you lost as well. All right, yeah,
comment
leave
if
a
you
comment
won.
down below if you beat Miss Grace. Okay, and also
Which
leave
probably
a comment
most of
down
you
below
did.
if you think Mr. Jeff will win next week.
No, I'm going
He's
to.
0 for 4 at this point.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Next week's my
we
week.
believe in miracles here in New Life. You know, Jeff, that was fun, and I'm glad we played some games again, and glad I won again. It's another day, another dollar.
Shocker.
But I've kind of felt a little bad about where we left things with Doc Betos yesterday.
Yeah, I kind of feel that way, but at the same time, we've been talking to him a lot. and
Yeah, but I kind of hope he shows up again. Like, we're a
yeah.
welcoming place.
I feel like, I told security to let him
There
in.
he is. He's actually
Oh.
here. What's up? What's up, Doc?
I'm Betos, and I can do some things.
Just things?
Betos?
Just things. Been thinking a lot about what you guys have been saying, and just not sure if I really am a superhero like I always thought I was.
Well, we're not
Okay.
sure about that either.
Yeah.
But
See?
I'm not necessarily a believer, but we have had a lot of people online that are, you kind of have a fan base.
no, yeah. The kids out there are loving you.
And that one, and that camera right there, there's a lot of kids that
And don't get me wrong.
they kind of believe.
I love all these kids. They're amazing. But it's really hard to be here when you two, Stephen Adams and Raymond Felton, can't even speak truth into my life.
Okay, well, why? Let's kind of revisit all this.
Yeah,
why
yeah.
do you want to impress us? Why
Yeah,
are you?
what's with us?
Why are you really here?
Well, I'm here to do amazing things.
But
Specifically,
why do you want to be amazing?
I'm here because I saw an ad about summer staff. And I know that maybe I'm a little bit out of this age range,
A lot.
a little bit, in the grand scheme of like eternity. But I just wondered if I would be able to bring my gifts and my skills and offer something to this community.
Well, I mean, we'd be willing to see some other tricks, maybe, to see what you could do. We could talk about it, maybe. Are you open to that?
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
give 'em a
like what
shot.
kind of tricks? Like just like, basic things?
yeah. Show
Yeah,
me
just
show
show
me
us something you
something
can do.
basic that's just easy for you,
Yeah.
like a trick, like a feat.
I can do what I call 90 jump.
What's a 90
He's gonna
jump?
jump 90 times in once. Oh,
Oh.
a 90-degree
Yeah.
jump.
Interesting.
So he just turns 90 degrees.
Yeah. Okay. Could
That
you-
was all right.
Yeah.
You don't feel very prepared. Anything else?
I know how to call my mom.
You can call your mom.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess summer staff do call their moms
Yes, they do.
sometimes.
And their moms call us sometimes too.
Hey,
They call
Mom.
us.
Okay.
Wow.
No, I'm not quarantined. Okay. Yeah. I'll get back. Okay.
She seemed
Okay.
upset.
So he called his mom and did a 90. Okay, here's the thing. We do need some summer staff. We still need a couple more great people. And you seem pretty great. And the people
You show up.
Yeah, you show up. And
You
the
show
people
up.
on YouTube, they think you're great. And so what we'll do, we'll give you one last chance. You take a lot of time and prepare the best things that you can bring to the table, and we'll see what you got tomorrow.
If you
Okay.
impress us.
Okay. All right. I get it. I get it.
Do you think you can work up some stuff that'll really impress us?
Yeah. Do you guys believe? Okay. I think I could do this. I thank you and thank you. I just am
Yep.
like kind of blown away that I'm getting fifth chance at this.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I owe you guys a lot.
Okay.
Thank you.
Go start working on it now.
Thank you, big guy. Thank you, Muhammad Smalley. I appreciate y'all. Okay, see you later.
See ya. Red.
All right. Well, let's see what he can bring to us tomorrow. But for now, we're going to give it to Miss Beth, and she's going to do Word.
I hope you guys had so much watching and playing along with those fun games. I'm Miss Beth, and we are here for Word Time. We're going to dive into the Word. This week, we talked about God's original design, that He wants to be best friends with us, walking, talking with us every single day. And on Tuesday, we talked about our sinfulness, but how God made a way for us to be with Him through Jesus' death on the cross, paying for our sin. And then yesterday, we talked about how each of us is intentionally designed, that God has a purpose and made us on purpose. In order to live out that thing, we have to ignore the enemy's words that he says about us that compare us to others or compare us against an ideal. And today we're going to get to talk about how to practically live out that relational design that God intended for us to have, that relationship that He so much longs to have with us. We saw God make a way for His original design to still happen through Jesus. Now we're going to talk about the how. How do you have a daily relationship with God? Now, there are lots of ways that you can do this. And as we talked about yesterday with having an intentional design, that God created you with uniqueness, there are going to be unique ways that you connect with God. There are going to be unique ways that you can walk and talk with Him in your daily relationship with Him. And so what we're going to talk about today are just going to be 10 ideas to get you started in that, but have some creativity. Enjoy it. Go out, explore with God, see the different ways that you can connect with Him. So, like I said, we're going to talk about 10 practices that you can try to start building your relationship with God on a daily basis. Now, number one, and these are in no particular order, none are better than the other. Number one, music. Now, a lot of you have been to church. If you haven't before, that's okay. But when you go to church, one of the things that pretty much everybody does is you worship through music. And there are a lot of really great songs out there, a lot of great worship albums and things that you can find to listen to. There are radio stations that will play Christian music and worship music. And you can create music and worship God through that. Music is a great way to connect with the Lord. We get to sing about who He is. We get to remind ourselves about who He is. We get to praise Him and bring Him glory and honor, which He loves. And I don't know about you, but there's just something special and experiential about when you're worshiping through singing, through playing music with instruments, that you just feel the presence of God so closely. And so that's one way, one practice that you can do to connect with God on a daily basis, is to sit and listen to worship or to sing to worship, to do that with a group of people or to do that by yourself. Either way, and all of the ways are so great. So I encourage you to try that. Number two, the second practice is prayer. Now, prayer can be a kind of confusing thing, and I get that, but in essence, prayer is having a conversation with God. And so you don't have to necessarily have these exact right words or be really formal about it. Think about how you have a conversation with your friends, how you have a conversation with your parents, and then just talk to God that way. Now, I get that sometimes it's hard to have a conversation with someone that you don't audibly hear talk back, or maybe that you can't see with your eyes. So there are different ways that you can pray, and I encourage you to try a lot of them or all of them. So you can pray just in your mind in silence. You can pray out loud. I know that's a little awkward at first, but once you try it, I think you'll enjoy it. You can pray by writing it out, and that can be a really good way to stay focused as you're doing it, because you're going to have lots of thoughts floating around in your head as you're praying too. And so sometimes writing out, like, "Dear God, this is what happened today. This is what I need help with. Oh, I remember and thank you for this." And so there are lots of good acronyms and things that you can remember, like ACTS, ACTS, that will lead you through some ways that you can pray. Ask your parents, ask a mentor or a small group leader or a pastor if you're curious about how do I pray or how do I pray better. But prayer is a great daily practice to build your relationship with the Lord. Because if you're not talking to someone, do you really have a relationship with them? The third practice is reading the Word, reading your Bible. Now, this is an essential to any Christian's walk with the Lord. To have relationship with the Lord, you have to get to know Him. And the Bible is written words that tell us who God is. They tell us His thoughts, His character, how He acts, and all of those things help us that we can, as we're praying and maybe we're listening for the Lord, or we're hearing other people tell us things about God, we can always go back to the Bible and read about Him to be able to say, is what they said really who God is? And we can go back, but that's the best way that we have to directly get to know who God is. And how are you friends with someone if you don't know who they are? So that's a great way to get to know God and to build in that daily relationship. Now, there are ways that you can do that. There are reading plans through different apps, or I'm sure your youth groups or small groups or parents can find you a reading plan, or you can just start to read a book of the Bible. We've talked about a couple of different things throughout this week of places where you can read. You can read and start in 1 Samuel 17 and read about David and Goliath. You can read about Jesus in the books of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. So you can start in any of those places. Number 4. Journaling. Okay, so you may have heard people talk about journaling, and essentially journaling could be a lot of things. You could do it with color, you could do it just with words, but it's basically just, again, another form of prayer. You're having a conversation with God, so you're processing with Him, and you're just doing it through writing. So a lot of people will do it every day, some people will do it every week. Totally up to you and your uniqueness, but that is a great way that you can connect on a daily basis with the Lord. Number 5 is the creative arts. Now, this may be uncomfortable for some people if they don't naturally enjoy these things, but sometimes that's good to experience. But for those of you that feel like you've been designed really creative to go and dance or to create music or to paint or draw or take photos, make videos, those things can be ways that you connect with God because He made you that way. He designed you that way. And so as you go and you create those things, you can start to know Him in a greater intimacy. Number 6 is to be out in nature. God created everything. And one of the really cool ways that you can get to know Him and build that relationship with Him is to be out in the nature He created for you to be in. So go out, get into the woods, go for a walk, go and fish or be on a lake, experience nature. That's a huge way that we can connect with the Lord. Number 7 is probably going to be hard for a lot of you, but it's silence. Silence is a way that we can stop all the things that are coming in. We are constantly surrounded by noise. And if we stop those things and we stop even ourselves and we just sit, we can connect with God in a really, really cool way. I encourage you to try it. And if it freaks you out, you can even just try it for a minute at a time and then grow that until you get to 5, 10, 30 minutes. I know, weird. All right, number 8 is gratitude. God tells us multiple times in Scripture that we're to be thankful. And there is something powerful when we remember all of the things that He's done for us. And so by practicing gratitude, by writing those things out, by creating those things in some artistic way, by just saying them or journaling about them, but being thankful and listing those things out will drown out the negatives and the worries and all of that stuff that distract us from God. And so gratitude is number 8. Number 9 is being alone with Him. Now, I am certain that you love being with your friends, that you love being with your family, and people are great. God designed us to be in community together. He designed us to enjoy that and to be relational. But there are times where that can be really distracting and we need to just be alone with God. And so by taking yourself away, maybe alone into your bedroom or to a quiet space in your house or in a library or a coffee shop, and you're just by yourself with God, there are really powerful moments that come from that. Number 10 is service. God asks us to serve one another, to love one another. And one of the ways that we can connect with God is to actively serve, to go out. And this could be just saying a kind word to a neighbor, or it could be going and donating clothes to someone in need, or going to a homeless shelter and serving a meal. All things you can't do in quarantine right now, but there are creative ways that you can do that and you can serve even in this time where you're kind of isolated to your house. So those are 10 ways, 10 practices that you can practically do and start to do even in quarantine now to build your relationship with Lord. And those are just the place to start. Like I said, there are a lot of different ways and you're unique. So go out, be creative, connect with the Lord. And if there are ones that you didn't hear me say, that you're like, I really connect with the Lord through this, comment below. We want to hear those things. If you are looking for ways to connect in further ways, read the comments. See what other kids have been connecting with the Lord through. All right, we had a great time, and tomorrow we will be back to dive into the Word again. But for now, it's time to sing that song. Take it away, Tim and Scott.
All right, everybody, let's stand up and let's sing that song. MORNING CMP